analyst based in Lagos. He joins us via Zoom this morning. Good morning, Votimi, and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Viewers at home. It's so good to be here.
I can see the smile on your face because I know your club Arsenal do very well. And I've seen your posts. I mean, the last time you were with us, you were on the Arsenal jersey. But then they're doing really well. And as you predicted, you said it was going to be an easy ride for Arsenal against Fulham. It wasn't. It was tough. It was tough. It was really tough. But let's look at what to expect this weekend quickly. There are lots of matches. I'd like to start with Real Madrid-Barcelona because that seems to be the biggest fixture this weekend. What should we be expecting? Like my brother from Lagos analyzed the other time, saying in the last 10 matches, it's been Barcelona all the way. I remember last season, Madrid were destroyed by Barcelona. Take us through.
Yeah. Concerning the El Clasico, I think we've started from, like you said, it's going to be the highlight of the weekend. However, like the previous speaker said, it's been Barcelona dominating so far. But I think that we might be looking at something different here. Even though last week I said that Real Madrid are, more of like an individual team, while Barcelona look more compact together. But if you look at the Barcelona team, I think they have major injuries. They have concerns with Rafinha, with Gavi, with even Joan Garcia, the goalkeeper. And so when you look at Real Madrid on the other hand, yes, Trent Arnold is out. You look at Rudiger, who is also out, and then they have a couple doubts. But in the front line, I think that Real Madrid have more firepower in them and more individual brilliance compared to Barcelona. If Lamine Yamal decides not to turn up, which rarely happens, then Barcelona might be in serious trouble.
Like I like to ask, if I give you $1 billion now to place a bet, who are you pitching your tent with?
Well, with $1 billion, that's a lot of money. I think I'm going to be tilting towards Real Madrid. Just because they are home.
Barcelona. Okay.
Yes, just because they are home.
All right, I agree with you. Let's move to the Premier League quickly. It was 4 games without a win for Arne Slot prior to the game against Eintracht Frankfurt. And what a way to make a statement, scoring 5 goals. So it means that Brentford should be careful because it seems the sleeping dog is awake.
Yes, so it's not just 5 goals. It's actually coming back from behind because they went 1 goal down before and had to revive themselves and then went on to score 5. I think Brentford are in for a serious thing when they meet tomorrow around in the evening. So I think that Liverpool will be looking to revitalize themselves, to bring themselves back into the title race because, like I always say, the title race starts right from game week 1 and it has started already. They've been falling short, but against Brentford, I think that they are going to try to prove a point.
Rotimi, let's go to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea looking good. Dubbed the red card team of this season, but fortunately for them, they didn't receive the red card last game. They take on Sunderland. On paper again, it is looking like a one-way traffic.
Yes, I think it's an easy ride for Chelsea. First of all, they are at home at Stamford Bridge, which is a really, really strong point for them. Yes, Sunderland have been trying their best, but I feel like Chelsea still has it for me. Chelsea is the bigger gun here.
And moving to Goodison Park, Everton versus Tottenham. I feel like Tottenham are not doing themselves a favour. They didn't do rather by not scoring in the Champions League. But they take on a very difficult side in Everton. You know how difficult it can be playing at Goodison Park. Thomas Frank, we talked about this last week, how he has changed the face of the team. Rotimi, talk to me. Everton, Tottenham.
Yeah, so first of all, I think with Premier League experience that I have, I think Everton are one of the those mid-table teams that hold on to their home really strong. They can be really strong and troublesome at home. And I think that Thomas Frank might have to look at, go back to the drawing board and have to take a bit of a pragmatic approach, not being too expressive against Everton because that's what they want you to do at Goodison Park. So I think that this match we are looking at maybe a draw.
Well, I agree with you because, Everton will do everything possible to keep Tottenham at bay. Let's move to the Emirates Stadium. They take on Crystal Palace. This is dicey because Crystal Palace this season has been very tricky. Yes, they lost at home yesterday in the Conference League. And one would want to believe that that was done on purpose because the starting 11, many of them were on the bench. So it means they want to prove a point against Arsenal. But wasn't that a stupid decision from the coach?
I'm going to first of all start from a superstitious belief that has been going around, which I don't believe, but I'm just going to hold on to it that every manager that has won the Premier League manager of the month ends up going on like a losing streak, and it has already happened with Crystal Palace. Even though, like you rightly said, they had to drop some of their players. However, I think the most peculiar thing about this match is that is his homecoming. Is basically at home with Arsenal, but he's going back to his home as Crystal Palace. Might be a bit emotional for him, but I think that Oliver Glasner is in for trouble. Yes, he's been good, but I don't see him doing anything great near this Arsenal team.
Manchester City looking like a resurgent. Is it resurgent now? Like a side that is trying to get their reading back in the Premier League. They were very inconsistent when the season started, but they traveled to Villa Park to take on a Unai Emery side that is also stubborn in Aston Villa.
Yes, first of all, Aston Villa at home, I don't really trust them. But when you look at Manchester City, they've started to pick up form back, and they started to look really, really together. I think that this match, Manchester City win it. Although Aston Villa are going to get a goal, Manchester City, it's like a 2-1 win for Manchester City from me.
All right, so quickly, taking you back to the Arsenal game. Arsenal Crystal Palace, what will you be predicting for that game?
For Arsenal Crystal Palace, I would say a 3-1 win for Arsenal.
So for the first time, Ruben Amorim got back-to-back victory, and it's like things in soup, not the sweet, for Old Trafford, small. But this time they also take a very big test in Brighton. Last season, they were humiliated by Brighton. Brighton will be visiting Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim and Manchester United, do you believe they have started believing?
Yeah. So first of all, I have to quickly highlight last week when we were talking. I remember that I mentioned that Manchester United were going to beat Liverpool, and after I said that, when the cameras went off, I was thinking about it and said to myself that look, people were probably laughing at me at home, but when the match came on, and then Manchester United won, I think I wasn't surprised because I know what they are capable of. I know. Considering how Liverpool play, but you see, against Brighton, it's more of like a revenge for Manchester United, which I think that they would be looking to get one back against Brighton. At worst, it's going to be a draw, but I don't see Brighton beating Manchester United.
But if Brighton does, do you think, considering sacking Ruben Amorim, that book should be reopened?
I wouldn't say sacking. First of all, I'm not one who is big on sacking managers. I think that he still needs more time. Instead, I think there needs to be a reshuffle at the backroom staff. For instance, they need to start looking at their sporting director, how they are recruiting. They need to start looking at, because injuries have also been some of their undoing, they need to start looking at their medical staff. And I remember, I think O'Brien, their doctor, their head doctor right now, was with Arsenal before. And when he was chief doctor at Arsenal, we had loads of injuries. And it's now the same thing happening at Manchester United now that he has gone there. So they might be looking at, look, I think we need to shuffle a bit of a backroom staff, sporting director, head of recruitment, their data and analytics team and things like that. So I don't think anything is wrong with Ruben Amorim. Although, let me quickly point out, I do not believe that you can win the Premier League with 3 at the back like Amorim does. But I think that you can just get like top 4, maybe 5th. I think you can get 5th with 3 at the back.
So let's be clear. You do not believe that who can win the Premier League to start with? Sorry, Manchester United.
Ruben Amorim.
With
yes, Manchester United under Ruben Amorim.
To win,
even if you give him 5 years to start,
to win the NPFL or the Premier League.
The Premier League. 5 years to this time, he's not winning it.
10 years to this time, he's not winning it. Just before I let you go, Marcus Rashford dropped a bomb. I mean, he talked in an exclusive interview. He said he doesn't want to return to Manchester United. He wants to stay at Barcelona. You won't blame him. He's enjoying life in Spain.
You see, with players like that, I think it's more of a mental thing. It's a relationship sweet than Gonçalo. Like I recommended to Martinelli when he was having troubles at Arsenal. I told him, leave. And when you leave, don't come back. And that's the best thing. If they are going to admire you, let them admire you from afar. And I'm glad for him that he's finally finding his feet back where he is at Barcelona and a bit more appreciated compared to Manchester United. So, yes, I'm with him. He has gone, and I do not want him to come back. Because if he does, it's going to get worse for him.
I agree. Oliver, to me, hopefully next week we have more than enough time to talk. We'll work towards that. But I must say thank you for your time. Thank you for being a part of the show this morning. Like you predicted, or you are predicting, you are saying Arsenal to win against Crystal Palace. Am I correct?
Yes, correct.
Before I landed, the yes was
correct.
The yes was fast. The yes was fast. But what will happen if Crystal Palace beats Arsenal? How disappointed will you be?
If Crystal Palace beats Arsenal, considering that the game is actually going to come after Liverpool's match, I think that if Liverpool beats Brentford, it's going to be a boost for Arsenal to win. So there is no way Crystal Palace are going to beat Arsenal.
Thank you once again, Rotimi, for being
part of the show. If Crystal Palace beats Arsenal, considering that Odegaard is no longer with the team and Eze is going to be the one starting, there might be questions asked about Eze, considering that people are now beginning to scrutinize him to say, look, we demand more from you. And so people might say that he was complacent in the possible defeat.
We'll wait to see. That's a very interesting fixture, 3 p.m. Nigerian time tomorrow. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, that was Oliver Tumi, who joined us live from Lagos as a sport analyst. And this is how far we can go on the show this morning, Sports Spring on Western Spring Television. We'll be back next week, God willing. God keep us alive. On Monday, we should be back to give you more stories making the headlines in the world of sports. My name is Joseph Atewe. Good morning.